I ate one cucumber every single day for 30 days, and what happened to my body genuinely shocked me. By day 15, I noticed changes I wasn't expecting, and by day 30, the results were undeniable. I'm going to show you everything that happened, the good and the surprising. So stick around because some of these results were completely unexpected. Let me take you back to where this all started. I was scrolling through health articles one evening, and I kept seeing cucumbers mentioned as this underrated superfood. Most people think of cucumbers as just that crunchy thing you put in salads or on your eyes at the spa. But the more I researched, the more intrigued I became. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And at the end of the video, if you liked it, please leave a thumbs up and maybe even a comment. Any support for the channel helps us continue to make more of these cool videos. Cucumbers are 96% water, which makes them one of the most hydrating foods on the planet. They're packed with vitamins K, B, and C, plus minerals like potassium and magnesium. And here's the kicker, they're incredibly low in calories. One medium cucumber has only about 45 calories. But I didn't want to just read about the benefits. I wanted to experience them firsthand. So I made a decision. I would eat one whole cucumber every single day for 30 days and document everything that happened to my body. No skipping days, no excuses. Just me, cucumbers, and a commitment to see this through. Before I started, I needed to set some ground rules. First, I would eat one medium-sized cucumber every day, about 300 grams or roughly 10 ounces. I could eat it any way I wanted, raw, sliced, in salads, blended into smoothies, or even as cucumber water. The key was consistency. Second, I wouldn't change anything else about my diet or exercise routine. This was important because I wanted to isolate the effects of adding cucumbers specifically. If I suddenly started working out more or eating completely different foods, I wouldn't know what was actually causing any changes. Third, I would track everything. I set up a simple journal where I'd record how I felt each day, any physical changes I noticed, my energy levels, digestion, skin condition, and even my mood. I also took baseline measurements, my weight, how my clothes fit, and photos for comparison. I went to the grocery store and stocked up on cucumbers. Let me tell you, the cashier gave me a strange look when I loaded up my cart with 30 cucumbers. But I was committed. Day 1 was about to begin. Day 1 started with excitement. I sliced up my first cucumber, added a pinch of salt and lemon juice, and ate it as a mid-morning snack. It was refreshing, crunchy, and honestly pretty satisfying. I thought to myself, this is going to be easy. By day 3, the novelty was already wearing off. Eating a cucumber every single day started to feel like a chore. I had to get creative. I made cucumber and tomato salads, cucumber smoothies with mint and lime, and even tried cucumber sushi rolls. Variety became my best friend. But something interesting started happening around day 5. I noticed I was drinking less water throughout the day, yet I didn't feel dehydrated. In fact, I felt more hydrated than usual. My lips weren't as dry, and I wasn't getting that afternoon thirst I normally experienced. The high water content in cucumbers was clearly making a difference. By day 7, I noticed something else. My digestion improved. I won't get too graphic here, but let's just say things were moving more regularly and comfortably. Cucumbers contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which helps keep your digestive system running smoothly. This was an unexpected but welcome benefit. Week 1 taught me that consistency matters, but so does creativity. If I was going to make it to day 30, I needed to keep things interesting. Week 2 is when things got really interesting. By day 10, I started noticing changes in my skin. I've always had relatively clear skin, but I noticed it looked more glowing. There was a subtle brightness to my complexion that wasn't there before. I wasn't using any new skincare products, so I could only attribute it to the cucumbers. Cucumbers contain silica, a trace mineral that strengthens connective tissues and promotes healthy skin. They're also rich in antioxidants that fight inflammation and reduce puffiness. I was essentially hydrating and nourishing my skin from the inside out. Day 12 brought another surprise. My energy levels were more stable throughout the day. I'm someone who typically experiences an afternoon slump around 2 or 3 p.m. But during week 2, that slump was noticeably less severe. I wasn't reaching for coffee or sugary snacks to get through the afternoon. The B vitamins in cucumbers help convert food into energy more efficiently, which might explain this steady energy boost. By day 14, I stepped on the scale out of curiosity. I had lost 2 pounds. Now, I wasn't trying to lose weight, but it made sense. Cucumbers are incredibly low in calories but high in water and fiber, which means they're filling without adding many calories to your diet. I was essentially replacing higher calorie snacks with cucumbers, creating a natural calorie deficit. Week 2 showed me that small, consistent changes can lead to noticeable results. I was officially past the halfway point, and I was more motivated than ever to finish strong. Week 3 was where the momentum really kicked in. By day 17, I realized something profound. This challenge had become a habit. I wasn't forcing myself to eat cucumbers anymore. It felt natural, like brushing my teeth or making my morning coffee. Around day 19, I noticed my cravings for unhealthy snacks had diminished significantly. Normally, I'd reach for chips or cookies in the evening while watching TV. But the cucumbers were keeping me satisfied. The fiber content was helping regulate my blood sugar levels, which meant fewer spikes and crashes that typically trigger cravings. Day 21 marked 3 full weeks, and I decided to take progress photos. When I compared them to my day 1 photos, the difference was striking. My face looked less puffy, especially around my eyes. Cucumbers have natural anti-inflammatory properties and contain compounds called cucurbitacins that help reduce swelling. The puffiness I didn't even realize I had was noticeably reduced. I also noticed my clothes fitting slightly looser around my waist. I had now lost about 3.5 pounds total, but more importantly, I felt lighter. Not just physically, but mentally too. There's something empowering about committing to a challenge and following through. By day 23, friends and family started commenting on how healthy I looked. "Your skin is glowing," one friend said. "Have you been doing something different?" I smiled and told them about my cucumber experiment. Some thought I was crazy, but the results were speaking for themselves. The final week arrived, and I was determined to finish strong. By day 24, I realized my digestion was the best it had ever been. I felt light, regular, and comfortable. No bloating, no discomfort. The combination of water and fiber from the cucumbers was clearly working wonders for my gut health. On day 26, I got creative one last time. I made cucumber gazpacho, cucumber-infused water with lemon and mint, and even experimented with cucumber popsicles. The variety kept things interesting and made the last stretch genuinely enjoyable rather than feeling like a countdown. By day 28, I noticed my skin was still glowing, and my energy levels remained steady throughout each day. I hadn't caught any colds or felt run down, even though several people around me had been sick. Cucumbers are rich in antioxidants and vitamin C, which may have helped support my immune system during this time. Finally, day 30 arrived. I took my final progress photo, stepped on the scale one last time, and reviewed my entire journal. In total, I'd lost just over 4 pounds. My skin looked healthier than it had in years, my digestion was excellent, and my energy was more consistent than ever before. So, what actually changed after 30 days of eating 1 cucumber every day? Let me break down the real measurable results. First, I lost just over 4 pounds without changing anything else in my diet or exercise routine. This wasn't dramatic weight loss, but it was steady and sustainable. Second, my skin became noticeably clearer and more radiant. Multiple people commented on this without me even bringing it up. Third, my digestion improved dramatically. No more bloating, no irregularity, just smooth, comfortable digestion every single day. Fourth, my energy levels were steady throughout the day. Those afternoon crashes I used to experience? Gone. Fifth, I craved fewer unhealthy snacks and felt more satisfied after meals. The fiber and water content in cucumbers kept me feeling full longer. Sixth, my face looked less puffy, especially in the morning. My clothes fit better, particularly around my waist. And finally, my overall mood improved. I felt accomplished, healthier, and more in control of my choices. It's amazing how one simple change, adding a cucumber a day, could have such a noticeable impact on my health and well-being. Here's what I learned from this 30-day journey that you can apply to any health challenge. First, consistency is everything. Small daily habits add up to big results over time. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up every single day. Second, variety keeps things interesting. I tried cucumbers in salads, smoothies, as snacks in water, and even in soups. Don't let boredom derail your progress. Third, track your progress. Journaling helped me notice subtle changes I might have missed otherwise. Take photos, write notes, measure, whatever works for you. Fourth, don't underestimate simple foods. Sometimes the most basic, affordable ingredients can make the biggest difference in your health. You don't need expensive superfoods or complicated supplements. If you're thinking about trying your own food challenge, cucumbers are a fantastic place to start. They're affordable, available year-round, easy to prepare, and packed with genuine health benefits. So, would I recommend eating a cucumber every day for 30 days? Absolutely. The results surprised me in the best possible way, and I felt better in more ways than I expected when I started this journey. The best part? I'm actually going to keep eating cucumbers regularly, even though the challenge is over. They've become a permanent part of my healthy routine, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. If you're inspired to try this challenge yourself, I'd love to hear about your experience. Drop a comment below and let me know if you're going to give it a shot. And if you do try it, come back and tell me what changes you noticed. Remember, health isn't about dramatic transformations or extreme diets. Sometimes it's about making one small, consistent choice every single day. For me, that choice was a cucumber. What will yours be? If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more health experiments and wellness content. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss future challenges. Thanks for watching, and here's to making healthier choices, one cucumber at a time.